Fortnite actually did the unthinkable. They killed Midas. They didn't waste any time whatsoever. Season 4 starts, and they're like, yo, this new guy named Kado Thorne, and he's him. He's so badass, he chopped off Midas's right hand. Or is it left hand? I don't know. One of Midas's hands has been chopped off. This got the entire community freaking out because everyone's like, okay, wait, so is he actually dead, or did he only chop off his hand? Like, what's going on? Here's my take on the situation. I think it would be very interesting if they did actually kill Midas off. However, we all know that some kind of way they'll be able to bring him back, whether that's through some kind of clone or a snapshot, whatever. But what we need to do right now is look at the current details that the storyline has given us and ask the question, is Midas actually dead? First off, I need to explain what seems like an obvious point, but not everyone is an ultra mega 11 Fortnite nerd like me or you or 90% of the other people watching, okay? I keep hearing this argument from people that Midas has to be alive because Donald Mustard made some post or tweet 3 years ago stating that Midas was still alive. This is what you need to understand. That statement was in reference to Midas getting eaten by the shark and where we were at in the storyline at that point in time. That had nothing to do with Kado Thorne and what's happening on the Fortnite island as of right now. Also, you have to understand, because we've introduced time travel, it could be the case that Midas is now dead, that was retconned due to a new time loop. And that's the issue with adding time travel into Fortnite, but we'll talk more about that later. When examining whether or not we think Midas is still alive, we need to look at the current evidence that's being presented to us. And this is the first thing that I need you all to understand. Midas is dangerous. This man can turn you into pure gold in a matter of seconds just from touching you. So if Kado Thorne was going to attack him or steal some of his possessions, he had to be quick about it. I can see a scenario where Midas is chilling, he's got his drum gun, Kado Thorne wants the drum gun, and in order to get it, catches Midas by surprise and cuts off his hand. Now here's the thing that's weird to me. Kado only has one of Midas's hands in his possession. Is that because he didn't cut off both, or maybe he just killed Midas before he could use the other hand to touch him? Because if he got close enough to Midas to cut off one of his hands, what's to stop Midas from taking the other hand, grabbing him, and turning him into solid gold? That's the risk you run when you fight a guy like Midas. So let's think about this logically. After he cuts off the first hand, what does he do from there? Like kick Midas off to the side, grab his hand, grab the drum gun, and then teleport back into present time or whatever part of the timeline that he's in? I think that could be possible. I'm not sure if Fortnite wants to go ultra cryptic and have Midas be completely dead. However, I do think it does provide an interesting scenario where if he's not dead, Midas has been de-handed? Unhanded? His hand's been severed, okay? I didn't think about this before. Leave me alone. The most difficult thing about this entire situation to me is being able to pinpoint when this happened, because it's impossible. Because time travel is now a part of the Fortnite storyline equation, we have no idea when Kado Thorne would have done this. We don't even know what point of origin Kado Thorne has in the timeline. What I mean by that is, when was the first time that he created a time machine and moved through time? Was it back in Chapter 1? Was it in Chapter 2, Chapter 3? Once we know that, we can get a bit of context as to how much information Kado Thorne knows about the Fortnite storyline, about all the live events, or there's some live events that he experienced. Does he come from way off in the future to where he never experienced any of the events for himself, but he went back in time to see what had happened? We do know, however, that Midas's drum gun and hand were stolen before he took Oro's head. So however that happens, or whenever that takes place in the timeline, it'd be really interesting to find out. I'm wondering if also maybe that's the reason why we haven't seen a lot of Midas on the Fortnite island right now. Maybe he's been hiding, waiting for Kado Thorne to come back and figure out the right opportunity to strike him again. I'm also curious if Midas knows that he's a time traveler. Like, how much information does Midas have on this guy if he's still alive? But here's the ultimate conclusion, guys. If Midas was actually dead, I feel like both of his hands would have been taken. The fact that he doesn't have both of Midas's hands, to me, seems like Midas is either able to get away or able to sabotage Kado Thorne's operation before he could either fully take Midas out or before he could take off his other hand. But who knows? Maybe Kado didn't want it in the first place. But I want to know from you guys, what do you think? Do you think Midas is dead? Do you think he's alive? Or do you think he's at right now? Do you think we'll see him sometime later on this season? And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we got a lot more content coming this way. Season 4 has so much good content. I'm so excited about this season. I'm having so much fun. I can't wait to make more videos for y'all. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for the next one, check out this one right here. This will go over Midas's backstory. It's an old video, but I think you'll still enjoy it. Love y'all. Catch you soon. Peace out.